Hello guys, you're welcome to Lacus Farm. Yes, this video is basically for those that have been asking numerous questions, both online and offline, on the best measurement of feed to give to your catfish. Everybody is looking for a way to minimize costs, especially now that feed is very costly in the market, and every other things that a fish farmer requires are on very high side. So everyone is out to look for a way to minimize costs. Or we are going to overfeed them, and this will result in feed waste. You are going to end up wasting your feed because when you have measured a cup of rubber and you just pour it inside your pond, you find out that they might not finish that feed. And once they didn't finish this feed, you are polluting the pond, and this may result in infection. And when you tend to feed them with that same measurement you have carved out, and you fed them and you see they rush the feed, and the feed didn't satisfy them, cannibalism will start taking place. They will now start to cannibalize. They will intend to feed on themselves to survive because you have not actually fed them to satisfaction. So you see the two-side effect of measuring your feed to feed your catfishes. So the answer is no. To feed your fishes, you have to appropriately feed them to satisfaction. You feed them gradually. You take out the feed, you pour it and watch them how they rush the feed. The next thing you will do, you will pour more. You continue to pour that feed slowly until your fishes are satisfied. Once they are satisfied, you will know. It will start from the reduce in rush. The way they rush in feeding will be automatically reduced. And before you know it, they will start drawing back at that spot you are feeding them. Now, few will start floating on the water. At this point, you have fed your fishes to satisfaction, and what you are meant to do is to stop. Now, but on the situation that you have said, okay, I'll be feeding my fishes with 1 bag of feed per feeding moment, what will happen is that if you, in a situation where they are on their mode to eat and the water quality is very okay and they have the appetite, you might pour that 1 bag of feed, it will not be enough for them. And once there is not enough for them, what happens? Cannibalism will start to take effect in your pond among your fishes. Now, when you tend to feed them with that same 1 bag on the period that they don't have appetite to eat and they are not so hungry, and you just say, okay, I've measured this feed, and just pour in that full 1 bag, you will be surprised that when you turn your back, this feed will be floating in the water. And once they start floating there and the fishes are not consuming them, what happens? The remnants of those feed will become, the remnants of those feed will start polluting the water. And if you didn't change that water immediately, they're going to pollute that water and infect your fishes with disease. And what happens? Your fishes will start dying. Thereby, you have recorded double loss. You have, in process of trying to economize your feed, you have wasted this feed now, and at the end of it, you have polluted your pond, and your fishes are infected. So the appropriate way to feed your fishes is feed them gradually until the point they become satisfied and stop rushing the feed. So if you do this, you're going to get a very positive result among your fishes. So that is it in measuring feed to feed your fishes. That no matter the amount of feed you fishes you have in the pond, you can't measure their feed. And the next thing that contributes to feeding factor, as the fish grow, they tend to eat more. It's not the quantity they consume at the fingerling stage they will consume when they get to juvenile. It's not the same quantity when they get to table size. So they continue to consume more. They consume more especially when they are on smoking size and table size. So you can see You cannot measure this feed that you are giving to your fishes. Rather, you feed them to satisfaction at any point you are about feeding them. It's just the same thing with human being. There is no human being that will say, this is the number of rice. You can't measure the cup and say, this is what I'll be eating per meal. There are periods you as a person will have appetite to eat. There is the period you will not have appetite to eat. And your consumption rate will never be the same. It is applicable to animal and fish are inclusive. Thank you.